Yo guys, so before the video starts, I just wanted to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, my longtime friends over at Adam and Eve. We are partnering up today to give my audience a special deal, 50% off an item of your choice, plus free shipping when you check out with code JAMARI. That's J-A-M-A-R-I, JAMARI. There is no minimum purchase required, and who doesn't love free shipping? They have stuff for men, they have stuff for women, they have stuff for couples, and everyone on the spectrum. So treat yourself as someone special today with Adam and Eve using code JAMARI. So today I will be continuing my JAMARI advice series. As I always tell you guys before the video starts, if you want a chance to be featured in the next JAMARI advice video, all you have to do is submit your crazy story or crazy predicament to jamariadvice@gmail.com, and I'm gonna do my best to get back to you and maybe even put your story in a video. As I always say, everything will remain completely anonymous. Alright guys, so it looks like today we got yet another email from a female. She says, I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year. Let's just call him Jay. He's 28 and I'm 19. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing a red flag there. It's not that 9 years is necessarily the biggest age gap or anything that crazy as you get a little bit older, but the difference between the minds of a 19-year-old and a 28-year-old is immense. I mean, just the life experience in general, there's no 19-year-old that's gonna be mature enough to be with a 28-year-old. She says, we met through our job and things were well in the beginning. He approached me and he was really sweet. I was never really expecting anyone to be interested in me at work, so I was very surprised. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people be flirting at work. You work with a chick for a couple months, maybe all y'all do is unload boxes together. You think she's just a homie, and then one day she's talking about how deep her throat goes. Anyways, we started talking, and not long after we finally established we were a couple, I found out he had a girlfriend of 3 years that he was still living with. And you didn't run for the hills? You were just cool with being the other woman? She says, let's call her Meg. To give her a little more context, Meg wasn't really stable, she had no job, and was basically leeching off him for money and constantly bringing drama to him because of the people she chose to surround herself with, aka shitty friends. It seems like off the bat, you're already making excuses for your shitty boyfriend cheating on you. Or are you the one helping him cheat on his main girl? I don't know. My point is, your mind must be very manipulated if you're seeing the other woman as the shitty person in this situation. She says, so that was a big red flag number 1. Oh, you don't say. It hurt my feelings, of course, but I forgave him because when we met, I was talking to someone as well, but not anywhere near as serious as a relationship quite yet. Well, yeah, until you got the title, you're pretty much entitled to do whatever you want. You comparing being in the talking stage to him being in a 3-year relationship he was hiding from you just tells me how much slack you're about to give this motherfucker. Moreover, as the months passed, of course, we eventually became intimate, and this is when big red flag number 2 kicks in. What could it be now? Jesus Christ. One day he gets a text from a girl he was fucking around with. Mind you, this is not his ex, so this is a third woman. This just went from being a love triangle to a love quadrant. And she says that she's pregnant and she has his baby, and I also found out that this was the girl he was originally cheating on his ex-girlfriend with. So this guy is just some sort of master player pimp, just juggling all these women. She says, let's call her Eva. JAMARI, when I tell you I've never cried so hard in my life. I can't tell you how heartbroken I was, but yet again, I decided to stay because not long after this, I found out I was pregnant. Oh my god. This guy is the master pimp player, okay? He's out here getting 2 women pregnant at once. He's shooting his fun sauce all over town. And he's just breeding with these fertile broads, okay? They're about to be sister wives. I'm currently 6 months pregnant and supposed to be due in July. And because I not only love him, but I also wanted a family for our daughter, I decided to stay. Yeah, you guys are never gonna have a normal family dynamic. That kinda all went out the window when he got 2 women pregnant at once. Imagine having to explain that one to your kid later on down the line. Like, oh yeah, this is your half-sister. And then they start doing the math in their head and they're like, how are we only 3 months apart? Why are we in the same grade? She says Eva already had her baby, she had a son, and he's always been having to leave and spend a lot more time with them to help them get settled. Okay, this guy is literally doing the impossible, Jesus Christ. But I need him here as well for doctor's appointments and trying to figure out our child, and it just doesn't seem like we're on the same page. Oh, you don't say. Finally, as the months have passed, Jay has been more than a bit rough, even cold towards me at times, making communication next to impossible. Well, yeah, this guy doesn't seem like the best communicator. For example, he gets mad about the smallest of things, causing you to have to pry to figure out what's wrong. He's a big pothead, and it seems he gets even more irritable when he's not able to smoke. And finally, I feel like he talks down to me because I'm so much younger and doesn't seem to have much of a patience with me at all. Basically, Jamari, I'm really unhappy, but I don't always feel this way. There are glimpses when I can feel he generally loves me, but they are so few far in between, and I can't imagine him treating our daughter anything like how he treats me. So bottom line, should I just leave and try and raise my daughter on my own? Or try to work it out, and if so, how? Just, oh my god, what a doozy of a story. You know, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to break up any families here, but I think you need to run for the hills. This guy is bad news. He's only gonna break your heart time and time again. And I'm not telling you to keep a father away from his kid. But there's something called joint custody. You know, I think it's time to move on with your life. There's tons of women out there who are your age who have babies with guys who I would consider bums. And I'm sorry, but it really looks like that's the situation you're dealing with here. I can tell your brain has been so manipulated that you actually see him as some sort of victim, which I find insane. But yes, in my opinion, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to let this man go. 2 women pregnant at the same time is just nuts. Either way, let me know what you guys think about this situation down below. What would you do if you were in her shoes? As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing today. And as y'all know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!